Welcome to the Week 10 in review BONESTORM Classic.
And where
Hello,
are we? Where are we this week? Hello from where?
same place, Oakmont, my alma mater, Jack. I did 4 years here, baby. Vikings.
Yeah.
Remember, I was the football manager, so don't look down on that position.
Oh, I'm sure that was Did a lot of management. What'd you do? Hand wash jock straps?
Something like that. Something like that. Let's get to our first game since we are limited on time. I will reveal the story of the manager at a later date. First of all, we have Camp Krusty going up against the juggernaut that so far cannot be beaten since he picked up Cooper Cup. Uh,
So the
yes,
1 week that I have a shot to beat him with this score, and I can't even muster 100 points. I am
disgraceful.
pathetic. Looking at his
Disgraceful.
team, he had to get Andy Dalton, who got him only 7,
Seven.
projected to get 18 and a half. Saquon
Oh, you're frozen.
Barkley,
There we go. You're back.
he gave what he was supposed to give. ETN underperformed. And then Cooper Cup, good Lord, projected
Injured.
20, only gets 2. Now you're thinking, maybe I got a shot. Not exactly. 37.3 out of Justin Jefferson, which definitely is the game of the year. I might even call that the game of this decade, the 20s so far, for
I don't know
sure.
about that.
That was
Okay.
incredible.
Yes.
Kelsey gets exactly what he was supposed to get, and he gets 22.8 out of McLaurin. Looking at the other side, where you don't get a lot of production from literally anyone, Geno Smith, I am a genius still for when I decide to start him or not. He
Yes.
gets 23.2. Dak Prescott, I believe, gets 23.2. So I did what I could. Najee Harris, my first overall pick, turned out still the bust of the entire draft, gets 9. He was only projected to get 12. Miles Sanders, I thought was going to have a great day considering, but
He should have.
5.4
Yes.
from him.
Yes.
Brandon Cooks at whatever. And then DeAndre Hopkins, dude, this guy delivers every single week since he's been back. Too bad I couldn't have had him in previous weeks. And then maybe in what was the worst purchase in all of auction waiver wire picks up, Taysom Hill, who cost me $100. So far, this guy's cut. So let's see, 0.1 points. So that what is that per dollar per point? That's going to be $1,000 per point out of this guy. He gets me 0.1. What a joke. Mac Hollins. I too bit on that Vegas passing game. Ain't paying off. I like my DeAndre Carter pick. That was genius. But man,
Genius.
99 points. I suck. And it was a division game, which didn't help me any. And I think my other division team also won. So I believe I am in dead last.
That is rough sledding. Yes, and even on a down day when Cooper Cup goes down and Andy Dalton is playing the red rifle himself, Terry McLaurin, again, great player, and he's actually done better since Taylor Heineke's been playing. But I think a lot of people thought that Monday night game, because Philly's been so good and Washington hasn't been so good, that they would certainly just be roadkill for the Philadelphia Eagles. But
that's what I was hoping.
They stood up and got it done. McLaurin had a great day. Miles Sanders, what the hell was their offensive plan? It didn't work out because Miles Sanders had nothing. A.J. Brown, I think, got hurt or didn't have anything much.
That's bad.
It was a rough night for everybody with for Philly. So let's move on to the next score, which is Greg versus Joe. Hey, this is brother on brother here.
Siblings. I love it. All right, looking at this real quick. Greg is back on his winning ways. He over delivers with 152. Nicely done, Greg. Taking down his brother. Let's see, Jacoby Brissett, 18. Okay, but a nice. Sorry, I don't know why I got a list there all of a sudden. Nice day out of Jonathan Taylor. He's back, 28.3. And then look at the rest of the list. You didn't highlight it, but that Dalton Schultz score isn't bad at all. And then another 15 on top from his defense. So he got decent production actually across the board when his highest is 28 and he got 150. That means he's got a few guys scoring, which he did. On the flip side, poor Joe having a bad week like me, but he still could have beat me. Garoppolo gets him 16. Henry, not a good day with 8.7, but James Conner shows up out of nowhere, decides to run the football for 23.5. And then looking down, not too much until you get to the Cardinals defense. Who saw that coming? 17. And then, let's see, 2 out of his kicker. Not enough. 111's not going to get it done most weeks. Certainly wasn't enough this week. He falls to his brother.
Yeah, this was a tough one because Joe was looking for some headwinds, and Derrick Henry didn't give them to him going up against Denver, who has both the best defense and worst offense. Go figure that one. Meanwhile, we have Greg with Jonathan Taylor. Now, here's a trivia question for Kev to see how much he's paying attention. I know you don't have the fancy channels that we do to watch all the games.
Yes.
But could read a paper or a blog or whatever on this. So
yeah, I sit around and I read the newspaper. What year is this?
Who is the coach for the Indianapolis Colts?
No clue.
Okay. Oh, there you go. So Frank Reich was fired, and they put in there a guy by the name of Jeff Saturday, who used to be their center years ago. And this caused a lot of ripples.
Yes, Jeff Saturday, that's right.
Because those guys love Jeff Saturday, the players that is, I had a feeling it would be a good day for Indy, and boy, was it. Look at them. Give it to Jonathan Taylor. Let him do the work, right? He ran like a beast that day for 28 points for Greg. Meanwhile, James Conner, he was also dinged up from a previous injury, but came back. But that has to do a lot more with, I think, with Kyler Murray being sidelined at the last minute. John obviously didn't see and didn't move out. We'll get to that later. But they gave the rock to James Conner, and Colt McCoy made that offense okay. Like, you saw how much he fed DeAndre Hopkins, so he was getting the ball done. That was pretty good for the Cardinals. So, yeah, a rough day for Joe. Congrats to Greg. I'm sure he gave you a noogie for that one. Let's move on to the next one. This is a flipping just wrong.
Yeah, let's look at this one. So, looks like you should have also been reading the newspaper next to the old noise box, the radio, while you're listening to this week's stories. Kids, don't forget to eat your Ovaltine. Drink, sorry. All right,
let's get to the scores. Go.
Yes, Matthew, I don't know why you highlight it. It's not anything to write home about. Jalen Hurts got 24. He's supposed to get 26. Big effing deal. Aaron Jones gets 25.6, and your stellar predictability out of running back continues with DeAndre Swift chipping in with 8.2. Juju gets you 5.3. Very nice.
Injured. He was knocked out.
33 point. Oh, well, is that the same excuse for Kyle Pitts? What happened to him? What happened to Chris Olave? What happened? All knocked out, apparently. Nice day, though, out of the Titans. 16.08. On the other side, Justin Fields. Holy Toledo about doubles his projected at 48.
What is it with teams scoring 40 against me all the damn time?
I don't know. Brian Robinson Jr., decent day, 14.5. I'll take that. Josh Jacobs, who he gets in that trade, again, continues to get him points, 22.6. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is back with 24.1. Another one you should have highlighted, but didn't. 20 points out of Darius Slayton. Who saw that coming? And then decent the way down. I called this the lock of the week, and as I predicted, it was 151.92 to a measly 146.
Yeah, measly. I was so far out of striking distance. Why don't you go screw yourself? DeAndre Swift can't suck enough balls for me. I hate that guy. They have him on a pitch count. He's healthy. Put him in the damn thing. Stop all the Williams. Juju gets knocked out. Flipping Chris Olave, Red Rifle can't find him, or the Steelers defense stood up. That didn't help. But what really pisses me off, damn Eagles defense, how is it they get that much score and they still score 10 points? Our score system needs to be completely revamped. It should be like negative points with how badly they played on Monday night. And that should have helped me beat them. Ew. Justin Fields runs over my carcass for 48. And meanwhile, I got clumps crying on my ear. Oh, I only have number 9. I can't do anything. Yes, sandbagger. Anyway, move on to the next.
He's got two tight ends in there who scored a total of like 4 points.
Shut up and move on to the next one.
He didn't need them against you. Your team sucks. Okay, looking at the next one. Wow. Tommy Shelby's racehorses. Sorry, Sam. Jay delivering a wicked smackdown to his future daughter-in-law. 169, basically 170 to 93. Jay, very nice. He gets 40 out of Patrick Mahomes. You should save that for when you play Matt next. He loves 40 burgers dropped on him.
Yes, bring them. They're all mine.
40 burgers. Dalvin Cook gets him 27.6. Not a great day from Montgomery, although Devonta Adams picks up the slack with 29. And then looking down this list, very nice day from Rondale Moore with 18.4. Looking at Sam's team, Justin Herbert, not a great day, 13, sorry. Jeff Wilson, though, picking up the slack for the team there at 24.3. And Zay Jones with 14.8. Looking down, Claypool, sorry, went to Notre Dame. I don't know what happened this week. Got you only 1.8, and not a lot to write home about the rest of the team here. All single digits other than those 3 players. Not great. She scores 93. Jay back on the top in his division, I think. It's probably tied between you and Todd.
On that until
we'll get to that next game.
Yes, we will. Yes, congrats, Jason. Again, 40 points from Mahomes. He's doing Mahomes type thing. Dalvin Cook in that big matchup against Buffalo. What a great day he had. Devontae Adams in a losing effort in Indianapolis. Against Indianapolis with a nice 29 points. Yeah, not a lot of bright stars on poor Sam's team. Got a rough go. She's drafted guys that are good or supposed to get good points, and they just haven't come up when needed most. So better luck next week. What?
Jay had Gabe Davis with a big catch. Towards the end of that
catch should have never counted. Those points should be off. And the stupid ref even admitted that later, Terry. The ref did. Yeah, we probably should have reversed that call. Really? Because in the entire United States,
can't get them all right.
Catch.
All right.
Moving on to the next game. All right, hold on a second.
Glad you're not bitter. Next game.
Moving on. Speaking of Terry,
the gentlemen for Quarterlies back on their winning ways, put up a very nice 167 without even a starting kicker. Apparently, she didn't think she needed it. She was right. Malibu Stacy's only able to get 116.8 on the board.
That also would have beat Kevin this week. Keep going.
Yes, it would have. Probably you too. Who knows?
Yes.
Kirk Cousins, 17. That's okay. Damian Pierce, who they love, didn't look at Kamara either. They all underperformed for Don. Look at those first. Everybody until you get to Mostert underperformed.
Yeah, no 40 points when Don's playing Terry, but Matt.
Apparently not. 21.1 out of Mostert. That ain't bad. 9 out of the Saints, and then 12 from her kicker. But that only helped her get 116. That didn't do it against Terry, who had Tua barely his head screwed back on straight. He's got 30 points. Pollard chips in with 23.8. I don't know why you didn't highlight this. Massive day from Stephon Diggs at 26.8. And then another 25.4 from a tight end, Cole Kmet. Not too shabby. And as I mentioned, no starter, but you don't need it if you can get 100 and damn near 68 points from 9 players, whatever it is.
But now, but here's the stories behind the stories that you missed. The reason why I highlighted Cole Kmet is because that was unexpected, that kind of a score out of him. Whereas Stephon Diggs, you expect him to get a good score. Yes, he outscored himself, but still, on the other side, you're right. Kamara had a really rough day.
Your highlighting logic needs work, like our defensive scoring. They both need revamping, I think.
At least have a joke somewhere in there. So let's get back to Terry and this fakakta thing with Greg Zuerlein. So wait, she has Graham Gano, who is playing that week. She drops him and picks up a guy who has a bye. And she gets like flaunting it at Dawn, like, I'm going to beat you with not even a full roster. That's how much she hates Dawn. Is that how cool she can be? Look at her. She's slapping her about the face. I don't even need a kicker. I'll get 0 and still beat. That's how I do it. Congrats,
I
Terry.
don't know. Maybe she thought it was
I hope you're proud of yourself. That's your family.
Right. Speaking of being proud, at least one of the teams you manage is doing well. The Braille Bombers have a huge day. They score 158 to topple Port Cat's team of 101. That's gotta hurt. That first line for Cat. Cat, I am sorry. Kyler Murray gets you 0. Leonard Fournette, who normally is much better than this, only musters a little less than 10 points. Singletary and Hill both combined for about 16. And not a lot else until you get to McCaffrey, who got 17.7, but still under what he was supposed to do. Tough day for Cat's team. Mama, however, had a good day for Trevor Lawrence. Long hair, he stinks. 25 points for him. not a lot to write home about until you get to a CD Lamb bringing in a natty opponent score of 40. Paris, who Campbell, whoever that is supposed to get 10, ends up getting 20. Why not?
Whoever
amazing 158 to 101. Man, tough game.
Man, that's a great ending. Yes, you're right, Kev. Mama did have a good day. CD Lamb tore it up against Green Bay in that loss. Paris Campbell again benefiting from that mojo of new coach. Everybody's playing for the coach. They may lose big this week.
Wait, don't tell me the coach is named Saturday.
Hey, you're right, exactly.
Please sit around and read the newspaper.
Right,
next to the noise box. Smoke your Pall Malls. This is brought to you by Pall Malls, the cool cigarette to be cool at work.
The doctors recommend, exactly. I earlier besmirched Dawn saying that she didn't start Kyler Murray. No, it was Kat that didn't start Kyler Murray, so she needs to watch who's starting because that's a big zero burger up there. Meanwhile, Mom with the 40 slap down. Good day for her, rough day for Kat. Better luck next week. Kat, let's move on to the standings. Here we go.
Well, before we move on, I think you're also giving running back pickup advice to your mama with that one dude getting 2.2. You are sucking it up. All right, let's go to the ratings. Brockway, a 3-way tie for first place. Literally awesome. Anybody's division. They're all tied 5 division. Yes. Technically, they've got Greg in the front, Highway 65 in the middle, and Don in the back. But like I said, they're all tied. So, man, what a competitive division that is. We got a little bit of separation in Ogdenville, however. Braille Bombers continues to put together a very nice season. She's at 8-2. Second place is 4-6. Ogdenville, come on. You can't be proud with that. 4-6 is second place. We got to pick it up there. Let's go to, that second place, though, is 2 games ahead of last. Sam, you're in there. Kat, keep going. You're only 2 games back. You're only 2 games back. Hang in there. Let's go to North Haverbrook, where it doesn't get any more competitive. The strongest team in the league is in this division, being Uncle Todd, league leading 9-1.
Soft division.
That's shit. And then we got Pop and Jays at 5-5. Thank God I'm only 1 game back at 4-6. I really needed this win. I didn't get it, but you're telling me there's a chance.
Yes.
Let's finish up with Springfield. Springfield, another division with a lot of winning the whole thing is just north of 500. 6-4 win. Oh, this is real competitive, this division.
Damn right.
6-4 wins it. Maddie's in second with 4-6. And he's only 1 game ahead of last.
I don't like that.
Joe's at 3-7. Joe, you got to topple him. Dickie, if you get in with a losing record. Anyway, that's rankings.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let's hope that there's a little more separation in that Brockway, because right now it looks like a human centipede, and I hope Don's not last on that. Let's move on to the pickups. Now, here we go. It was a boring day today. Not a whole lot of pickups, not a whole lot of battles. The big battle was $1 versus $2 for Graham Cano. The Highway 65 Mustangs won that one. The rest, kind of throwaways. People are just plugging holes where they need to on these bye weeks. And yeah, there was $14 spent by Sam grabbing Nico Collins, the only receiver in Houston that the coach actually likes. Supposedly Brandon Cook's in the doghouse. That's why he's. Meanwhile, Nico's racking up all the PPR points. So good for her getting him. Any comments on this one? Or
I thought for sure when I saw $14, it was going to say the Braille Bombers over there because of the way you spend other people's money on the wire. But it was not. It was Sam's. You didn't pick up anybody?
No.
And I guess you don't need it with 4-6 record bringing it into playoffs.
How dare you?
Okay, what do we got?
Pal. Okay, hold on. Wait, I got to find my mouse. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, moving on to the preview. And this is...
Okay. Well, we're coming. We're coming to the
this is not
I
good.
think this needs review.
This is not
from
good.
Myself
I don't like this
and
at
Jay
all.
before we
like
allow this game to go forward. I think Jay and I need to review these starting lineups and make sure there's no funny business going on. We've got Spider Pig, who's projected to get 122, although Jason Sanders' kicker is showing 0. He must be on a bye.
Yes.
Nothing really to worry about for Mama's team, ha ha ha, quote unquote. Russell Wilson back in the lineup with 18.5. Shocker. Yeah, I wonder why she moved out Trevor Lawrence, who's coming off.
He's on a bye, you dumbass.
Suddenly, Russell Wilson makes the lineup.
He's on a bye.
So that wasn't planned. Austin Eckler, he's in there though. He's going to get way more than 21.9.
I hope not.
Really, this is a softball for any team. She's projected to get 129. Actual results are going to be much different than this. If they're not, like my Republican friends say, it was stolen. If Mama does not win, this game was stolen. How can you score 130 points and lose when you're projected to only get 129? Mathematically, that is impossible.
Exactly. Someone call Maricopa County. You're right. I highlighted the ones from Mama specifically because Ezekiel Elliott, who was questionable last week, ended up sitting out riding the pine last week, protecting himself while Tony Pollard got all of his stuff. So hopefully he's back in for Mom. And I hope he doesn't do well because of me, obviously.
Jay, we're going to need these on Saturday night. Make sure we pull out the readers to make sure we could check these lineups and make sure there's no funny business.
Yes, you do that. You and Jason have a powwow. So Russell Wilson back in the lineup because long hair don't care is out. And Austin Eckler, God, I hope he gets a really low that way. John Ray Swift, do something for crying out loud. But I'm like the meme with the guy with the stick in it. Do something. Do
11.9. I love the projection. I love the projection for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
12 points. The guys have done shit all year.
He's been horrible this whole year. I'm saddled with that idiot.
12? Out of where? Who are they playing?
And then Juju and Costello's in place. We'll see. You're right. There's probably going to be a bloodbath going the other way. He doesn't need to win. I do need to win, but we'll see who comes out. Let's move on to something more palatable for you. Malibu Stacy's versus Mr. Cam and Justin Fields, the hot-handed quarterback.
She doesn't need to win. You need to win. Yeah. All right. What do we got next? We've got the Malibu Stacy's going up against the Highway 65 Mustangs. Kev, please take it easy on my girl. I need Dawn to win. I need Dawn to win. This is a division rival for me. I could really use some help from Kirk Cousins. Amara needs to get back on track. Pierce needs to get back on track. Who knows what you're going to get from Hawkinson? It's either 40 or 3. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Then mediocre the rest of the way. On the other side, Justin Fields, who knows what kind of game he's going to have coming off that 40. Was that a fluke or is that a confidence builder? Nobody knows. Josh Jacobs, I don't know enough about Denver's defense, but I do like the fact that they're playing at Denver. It's going to be freezing cold, and that's a division game. So that's going to be tough. Almost St. Brown. Let's see. What else we got? A.J. Brown. Not a lot till you get to T. Higgins, who they think is going to over-deliver at 16.5. The rest is whatever. Wow, look at that. Projections. 138 to 137. The line is 0.8. They're expecting a tight one.
This is a squeaker. A.J. Brown questionable because he was, I believe, injured in that Monday game. I didn't watch all of it, but he's questionable to start. So that'll be interesting to see if he makes it. Justin Fields, he has been scoring like crazy these last couple of weeks. We'll see if that continues or if he dies down or simmers down. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins going up against Dallas. That team's on a roll, man. They are there putting something together. Can Dallas be the speed bump? I don't know.
They're like, they can't lose if they want to.
I know,
Minnesota.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you got Jamal Williams, who is the running back I want to have in Detroit, not my sack of crap. So anyway, this will be a tight one. Clemens is used to the tight ones. Let's see how he does. Next up, we got the Wild Poopers and Camp Krusty.
What is wrong with you? Okay, Wild Poopers, I just know this is the week she's going to just go off. I've got buy issues.
Exactly.
I've got everything. Look at our projected totals.
Well, look at who's up to date. I did this afternoon. No one's changing anything.
Calm down. I still got time.
I know.
Kat, you got a bunch of red marks on your side. Pay attention to that. Tyreek Hill's
one of them's on IR.
Thank God. Leonard Fournette's also on a bye. Thank God. And then IR for Dallas Goedert. Thank God. I still don't think it's going to help me. If you look at our average scoring, she's way stronger than I am. If I have to make a prediction here, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Kat's going to win big. That's just my luck these days.
Yeah.
But I will try to make it competitive.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one. Again, I don't know who's the other quarterback. We'll see. Lenny's going to be out. Devontae's questionable. Poor Dallas Goedert got yanked out on IR now. And Tyreek Hill, you're lucky that cheetah's off your bench. Meanwhile, no Gino for you this week. So who's going to be in your cavalcade?
Dak Prescott, buddy.
It's not like you're hurting for quarterback, so you got a bunch of
I got Dak Prescott on the bench.
It's like you know, you get to be the host of a game show. Who gets to start for Kevin?
That's right. That's right.
I'm interested to see if Taysom Hill comes up with another 40 points. I'm like you. I think Kat's going to win this one. Let's move on to Joseph versus Sam.
Hey, what was that old game show where they'd get three people up there and only one of them was who they said they were, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm Frank Abagnale." No,
right.
I'm Frank Abagnale. No,
right.
I'm Frank.
I don't remember the name of it, but I do.
My team could be on that show, and they'd go, "I'm a starting quarterback. I'm also," and they'd all be telling the truth.
They're all true. Exactly. They're all right because they're all on Kev's team. He's the house of quarterbacks.
Prescott and Gino. Okay, let's talk about this one, though. Enough about me. Tommy Shelby Racehorse is looking to try to get back into her winning ways. And you're going to have to, because Kat, who is right on your tail, is playing an easy team this week. Me, you need to perform. Sam, you've got Justin Herbert, who they really like your matchup against KC. They must think KC's passing defense sucks.
It's either that or no, it could also be that KC runs up the score so much that he has to do nothing but pass to get back to the game, like what happened last week. The long hair don't care. So if Justin's forced to pass him, he may get a lot of points too.
Well, we shall see. Okay, she's got, let's see, Mixon's looking good. Amari Cooper's looking good. Freiermuth, let's see what he does. And they don't like that Chicago defense for Cordarrelle. Let's go to the flip side. Jimmy G, he's expected to get 18. That's what he's averaging. Another 18 out of Derrick Henry, 15 or so out of James Conner. And then, you know what? Look at that team. That is a Dickey dream team, needing a bigger boat. Have guys that average basically double-digit points the whole way down. You got to love that. They think he's going to win 130 to 121. We shall see. Joe needs a win, but so does Sam. This is going to be a good one. I think this one's interesting to me because this one could seriously have playoff implications here.
Yes, absolutely. And this one will be fun because you have the Titans going up against Green Bay, both on a short week. How do they do? Those Thursday games can often be wacky. Will King Henry roll over it? Will Aaron continue his groove? I don't know. James Conner, he got a ton of run last week. Will he again this week against San Francisco?
Yeah.
How will he do? I don't know. Cincinnati going up against their division rival Pitt, who hasn't been much of a rival. We've been falling down in front of ourselves to lose to them. And I believe last time Joe Mixon played, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns for Joe Mixon.
Right.
So I'm just saying, looks like a good day for Tommy Shelby. I don't want to upgrade. I need to get rid of the Zoom thing. Anyway, so this should be a good one. I think it's going to be close and down to the wire. I don't know who's going to win here. I'm rooting for Sam just because she needs a win. I'd like her to get a win. And although I love Joseph too. So let's move on to the next one before it gets uncomfortable.
Oh,
Todd's family feedback versus this is Vader versus Luke.
That's right. This is a Skywalker matchup, I was just going to say. Father versus, hey, Todd, make sure you keep your mind clear. If he finds out you have a sister,
don't let him bet your
he's
sister.
going to focus his attention on her. So you keep your mind clear. Todd looking very good. They think he's going to get 157. I don't doubt it.
Look at his average.
Yeah, Saquon. Yeah, I know. Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce. I mean, it's like a murderer's row when you go down this list of players. Let's
Even
see.
without Cup, yes.
Yeah, completely. We got Patrick on the flip side, though. We've got Patrick Mahomes, who's looking strong, as is Dalvin Cook, playing for that red hot, cannot lose Minnesota team. Devonta Adams also looking very, very nice, running back out of Las Vegas. Again, I think this one's going to be tight. They think he's gonna. Yeah, they undervalued the two last Las Vegas guys we talked about because it's going to be at Denver. I think Denver's outside. Is that correct?
Correct. Mile High
So it's going to
Stadium,
be
yes.
cold as you know what. You know what? It's a division game, so you know they're going to bring it. That's going to be an interesting game, I think. I hope it's on TV. I'd love to watch that one. Looking at the rest, not a lot until you go, wow, look at the Commanders. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he pick them up off the waiver wire this week? They're projected to get 11.4. There's still value out there, folks.
Yeah, Houston's not a great team, so he was smart to pick up the Commanders as a fill in there for his defense. You have another division game with Arizona and San Francisco with Ronaldo Moore, who's having a really good day. Will Colt McCoy start, or will it be Kyler Murray? Colt McCoy get a lot of dealt a lot of fantasy points for people. I think a lot of people are hoping he does it. But we'll see how that goes. Gabe Davis, will he catch it? Will he not? I don't know. You got the tough ones with Devontae, as you said, Dalvin and Pat. I aside Joe Burrow, again, he may light us up. I'm not looking forward to that one.
Hey, look at that, Matt. I think that KC and Chargers, they're division rivals as well, right?
Yes, they are. Yeah,
that's a lot of interesting games.
A lot of division games. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. That'll be a tough one because, boy, those Chargers would like to do well, but they're in a really tough division given that KC's in that division. They have done nothing but win it for the last few years, I believe. Justin Jefferson, again, that's one of the only teams that can have Cooper Kupp on his team go down. He's like, what? Who?
Whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'll still win. I'll still win by 40 every time.
The number one receiver
because I have Justin Jefferson. Thank you, Clemens. Anyway, let's hope Todd loses. I hope Darth Vader wins. I hope the Empire wins. Let's move on. We got 6 minutes left. Love, hugs, and ice cream versus Terry. Please, Greg.
Okay. Please. Greg versus Terry. Greg is coming off of a big win. And what I thought for a while was the number one quarterback. It looks like it was Patrick Mahomes based on that last slide. Still, Lamar Jackson having a great year. He's projected to get 25. Be careful for him, Ter. Jonathan Taylor is back on his ways. He's projected to get 17, got over 20 last week. And Nick Chubb's having a great season as well. Mm-hmm. Looking over on Terry's side, she's got Josh Allen, who you got to love the fight in this guy.
Yes.
I mean, that game went back and forth, and I honestly believe both of those teams could have rolled over at some point. Neither did. They took it right down into overtime. He threw that terrible pick at the end of the game, but didn't let it get in his head. Ended up making some good throws. Unfortunately, they don't like Tony Pollard. I don't know why. They took off 30% of his 30% of his points they took off. Because he's playing Minnesota at Minnesota. Wow. Stephon Diggs expected to have a great day, 21. I'd love to have projections like that. Not a whole heck of a lot the rest of the way down. Although I will say you've highlighted Cole Kmet. He's coming off of a big game. Not sure why you highlighted him. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure.
No. I highlighted him because he was hurt at the end of that game. He's questionable. He is Justin Fields' number one target. He by far gets the most targets in the game.
Okay.
So if he's playing, good chance he'll do well. If he's out, that could be make a big difference. Or if he's limited, what if he doesn't play as many snaps? Is that going to hurt Terry? I don't know. Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
What?
I was going to say, Greg. The line is 0.4, but Greg, don't forget to get a defense in there. That's why.
Yeah. Super close line for sure. We'll see how it goes. Greg has the luck of the Irish with Christian Watson from Green Bay. I'm just kidding about the Irish part. 3 touchdowns last week. Let's see what he can do this week. If he comes off again, that might be the spark that ignites the flame to burn Terry to the ground.
Who's the kicker you hate?
But I hope what?
Who's the kicker you hate?
Justin Tucker. He hates America. He's right there. I hate him right there.
He's second this year?
I guess. I don't know who's first. I'm not keeping track of kickers. You'll have to ask Jason. He's the biggest fan of kickers. Oh, hey, and we're done. Look at that. Okay, let's go here. How do I stop sharing? All right, there, dum-dum. Perfect. Okay. So We're back. We have 4 weeks left, people. It is still anybody's game to get into. No one is statistically eliminated. Keep grinding, keep fighting. A losing record gets you in. Doesn't matter. All you got to do is get into
Yeah,
the
especially if you're in your division, you need to win about a third of your games, and I think you got a shot.
How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, well, I still wish you luck, my friend. The holidays are in full swing. The inside and outside of our house is completely decorated.
I hate you.
I'm in a loving mood. I love you.
It's not even Thanksgiving and you already have Christmas stuff up. That
yeah,
wish there could be a fucking fine for that shit.
Outside and inside. Tree as well. Everything's up. So you gotta love that.
Burn down your stupid house.
I'm in the Christmas spirit. You don't sound like you
are. Not in the Christmas spirit. You're a hateful person.
Not right now.
No, not right now. Ho, ho, ho. Why don't you go hang your jingle balls?
Ho, ho, ho. Pimp. Okay.
Exactly. So,
all right.
As for the get together, we were supposed to do it this weekend, but there was only very tepid interest in it, so we pushed it off. I'm going to send my dates out. I have them now to the squad this week, and we'll see what everybody else has available. We'll try to come up with a time and date that we can all get together. Because I would love to see everybody, but we'd love to see participation. But Jason was busy with snow. Speaking of the holidays, he was shoveling some snow. Probably naked because that's how he likes to live up there in the woods. I'm sure his neighbors appreciate that. And man, he had nothing but boots and a snow shovel out there shoveling off stuff.
A lot of people don't know this, but if you go naked long enough, you will grow hair. He's going to be like a Sasquatch. He won't be bald everywhere. And that's why I think there's so many sightings up there. It's got to be one of his neighbors who's just outside cleaning up. Speaking of hairy, I see you've got some scruff on your beard. What is that, 6 months?
Very funny. No, it was bad, and I just kind of shaved it down a little bit just to get it more manageable because
I shaved at lunch.
Oh, shaved at lunch. I'm sorry, I'm not a bear like you. I've evolved. I'm not the Cro-Magnon like you with the giant protruding brow. I've moved on. I'm like the hairless cat for a lot of my other places. And I've got vitiligo.
And ironically, I have this, and you have a full head of salt and pepper garbage.
I know that stupid Joe eats so much. I shave it. He's like, "Why are you rid of it? You don't need to keep valuable hair." I need to just donate it all to Joe. That's what I need to do.
You should, or maybe what Joe and I could do is you could give us some hair, and we can give you some of our testosterone, which is why you lose hair, and explains why you still have such a thick head of it. But again, stop getting me off track. I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm touched. I'm touched.
So, with your kids, have they asked for anything for Christmas yet? I mean, when you're putting crap up, I'm sure they're just like, "Oh, it's time. Here's the list, Dad."
No, yeah, they got a list. Let me tell you that
we have less than a minute. Hurry it up.
All right, well, it doesn't take me long to tell you that the spirit of giving has still missed the Heath household for a couple of the younger ones. The older ones like to give gifts, but they're looking very excited to getting it. But let's go ahead and wrap this up.
This is Mad Dickies.
Ho, 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 and stay classy, BONESTORM.
You are an idiot.